Alright, time for the final of this draft league. We are still mono blocking it up, and it's kind of a sketchy hand, but keeping it anyway. And my opponent didn't start with a swamp or an island, so that's nice. This probably means they're playing white weenie of some description, but they might be some sort of white base control deck, I guess. Yep, keeping up my theme of the clunkiest hands possible. Maybe I'll actually get to Necrotal, something other than Elishnorn. But actually, if they have Elishnorn, I'll be very delighted to Necrotal that anyway. I guess Elspeth would be horrible for me here. Well, they've probably got some sort of counterspell, but I can't just sit here forever. And if it got countered, then I could like end step Mannequin on the following turn. Okay. So, right, so what I'm going to do here is end step, just try and draw 3 cards. And then the following turn, I can him and play Desiccation Demon again. Obviously, if they play like a small creature or something, I would have tried to kill it too, but... So, me. So, greedy. I want to draw 3 cards and lose 3 life, please. Open with him. No, they have Mystic Confluence. This card's a beating also. I'll play Desecration Demon again. This is the biggest threat, even if this might be like the most resilient one. Yeah, playing a nice little card advantage game here. Draw 3, make them discard 2. It's classic limited. Face Fairs, how disappointing. It's not disappointing at all, I'm a liar. I obviously could like just resolve shouldered there, but I like the idea of doing this now while I definitely get to exploit. And I also like playing shouldered when the opponent has a creature in play. So what should I get? I think it could well be Distended Mindbender. I think that's going to be really brutal against them. Like I could take Sorin or even like Volra Stronghold, but I think Mindbender is going to be a huge house. I can do it right now even. So I guess I'll take their Incinerate. And look at these creatures. I think I just want to take Supreme Verdict, since I don't actually care too much about Avacyn or Bruna. I mean, I could take... Like, are they going to Supreme Verdict me if I just take Avacyn? Because I don't actually mind if they Supreme Verdict, because like Shoulder brings everything back and I have some graveyard removal recursion stuff. Yeah, actually, I'm just going to take Avacyn, and if they Supreme Verdict, that's actually okay. Because then I get to like Ophiomancer. So I think this will force the opponent to Supreme Verdict. And then I can like end step Makeshift Mannequin again. So now they have a Chain Lightning and a Bruna. which doesn't seem too difficult to overcome unless they have some other, unless they have the Gazella to go with it. I could obviously, I think what I'm actually going to do here is Tutor to get Recurring Nightmare and just really lock up the game. Or I could take Sormark off, but no, I think Recurring Nightmare into like, well, Shouldred first, and then if they have another Wrath, then I can recur Shouldred, and then I think that's probably game. I guess if they have something that exiles, then, you know, that would be kind of annoying, but... Okay, the opponent just like drew running lands, but they still don't have a red source for their remaining card. I'll get back... I can get back Sidisi and start tutoring. Actually, I'm just going to get like the most amount of power I can. Oh, I guess it's... I guess there's no real downside to attacking. They can't kill it, and if they choose not to block, then that would be fine. I guess I could have conceivably attacked and tried to mask over him, but... Let's say I'm just putting the most amount of power possible onto the battlefield so I can kill my opponent fast. Yep, alright, so they're like an angel control deck. They have Bruna, which is not too bad, so I'm gonna put in Puppeteer Clique. I think this seems like a matchup where I might actually have enough time to do the ever after nonsense, and if there's ever a time to do nonsense, it's in the final. With it all in the line. I say all in the line, there's not a whole lot in the line, obviously, since it's just a normal league. Guess Vampire Nighthawk didn't seem too hot. I think Obliterator will actually be fine. And my like Bone Shredder stuff seems good too. Damnation, I think I can not bother with Damnation this game. All my other removal and so on seemed fine. This is some kind of hand. I didn't come here not to obliterate my opponents, so I have to keep it. And I think this is a slow matchup. I mean, maybe they just had an abnormally slow draw. But I think it's probably going to be okay. The fact that they didn't do this like end step to get like a Sacred Foundry or something means they either don't have one or we're just really hoping to draw another land there. Well, this could be scary. Did not get to kill Jace immediately. I mean, I do have a reasonable amount of kill spells in my deck, so it's not guaranteed that this is going to flip. But it's sort of looking like it might at the moment. As if they're after taunting me after I went out on a limb and boarded it in for sweet times. Tisk tisk. So yeah, I have a feeling that they actually kept a one-lander. I mean, they might not have kept one lander. They might have just been really hoping to increase the odds of drawing like a third. But Elspeths are a real nightmare card for me to beat, I think. Outside of Massacre Worm, there's not too many good options I have for dealing with it. So I'm glad it's in the graveyard. Hopefully they don't draw a land again. Oh yeah, this is definitely a Sweet Angel themed deck. Well, Obliterator would be better to have in play, but I really, really, really want to kill Jace. I failed at killing Jace, so I guess that's fine. It's gonna flip here. But honestly, they probably wanted it to stay in play for as long as possible. Obviously, if they just have like drew a planes for the turn and drawn to another planes, then that'll be decent for them. So if they draw something like a threatening creature, I can bring back Necrotal. If not, I'll just play Obliterator and keep ticking it up. I wonder, so Magic Online has a cap on the amount of tokens. I think the cap might be something like 128 creatures on your side of the board. It's been a while since I've messed around trying to make, you know, thousands of permanents or +1/+1 counters or any of that sort of thing. But I know in real life, the -7 effect, the emblem, cranks up so often that some people who have gained quote unquote infinite life by saying they'll gain 3 million or something actually still lose the game. So if you're gaining infinite life in a real life tournament, just go big, don't mess around. Jace ultimating is a real threat in limited, unfortunately. Hope this doesn't get killed. At least if they were hoping to remove my creatures with Incinerates and Chain Lightnings, they are in for a hard time. And oh, look at all the devotion. And if my opponent kills Phyrexian Obliterator, I get to cast Ever After. No, my Liliana. What a dagger. She was almost there. I don't think there's too many things they can have that's good to remove Liliana. So I guess I could have obviously played it safe and just returned this. But it's 6 lands. Oh, no, that's not the correct one. Just going to play Grey Merchant. The life gain / loss isn't that relevant, but just making an extra 2/4 is fairly relevant when I need to try and beat Jace to death with a couple of creatures. And if they have like a Supreme Verdict, these are a good pairing to get back with Ever After, shall we say. More Planeswalkers. Well, that's sort of a beating. Extended Mindbender. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do here is sack the Grey Merchant. Have a look at their hand. Mana Tithe? I'm glad I saw that one. So I'll take the... Even though they can't play it yet, I'll want to take Unexpectedly Absent. And in terms of the other card I want to take, I think it has to be Supreme Verdict. Like, I have 2 creatures in play. Face Fetters will also be sort of annoying. But as we've seen before, it's actually not a huge deal. So Yeah, that's not too bad. And those are just the ones we're guaranteed to hit. Since we're now about to hymn them, to put them down to one card. Alright, so they have Face Fetters. And obviously I did that before attacking because my Grey Merchant had 0 power, so there was no point. So we need to do something fairly quickly. Ah, well, that's okay, actually, because I think I can... like, with it being on 2 loyalty, it's a lot less dangerous. Although, actually, I did not consider this... Oh, actually, yeah, this actually went horribly. By not drawing a land there, drawing my only uncastable. Since I don't want like either of these planeswalkers to ultimate, so I was thinking I can get rid of them, but the flashback on Supreme Verdict is pretty good. I was 2-1 track mind on the theory that they're going to cast Faith Fetters. I definitely don't want to put anything on top of my deck here, because I desperately want to draw a land so I can cast Ever After. Ugh, oh dear. So I have like one more turn to draw land before Avjani Vengeance ultimates and Armageddon's me. Alright. Man, I thought this game was going well, but then yep. It's been too long since I last played against that particular Jace. And I'm just dead. Wow. What a beating. I thought that turn went well, but yes, bricked off after that. Well, that's multiple things. I probably should have brought this in the first time. Gotta leave all these like cheap removal spells in. I think that has to be the best thing. Like maybe it's too cute to play this one. I guess I'll probably want to bring in Bob again. And probably take out Ever. Like Ever After did seem pretty good against them. Like they do have Wraths. Like maybe Massacre Worm is too expensive. Like I don't think it does. I guess it helps me against Elspeth. Maybe Necrotal's maybe too expensive. Maybe Bone Shredder's is too awful. Like, I know they have a Jace, but I should have enough answers to it. This sounds not bad. It could be better, of course, but I think it's alright. I think I don't want to fire off Collective Brutality too early. I definitely want to see if they have a Jace before just randomly trying to duress them on turn 2. Ideally, I'll draw Bob and raid the Bob to victory. Temples, good land. Yeah, and this, like I say, I'm not gonna fire this off, even though I could theoretically Necrotal Jace later. I think it's fine. They didn't play a blue, so Liliana seems safe to play. Now I know they can have like Oblivion Ring again, but out with Oblivion Ring, they probably don't have too many answers to Liliana. And just like minusing to try and hit a creature doesn't seem that great. I guess I can play Recurring Nightmare too, just to get it out of my hand. And they probably can't deal with both of these permanents. Like, if they had O-Ring, they would have just slammed it right there just to be efficient. And this just saves me some mana later on. Alright, Island. This looks like an Ajani or an Elspeth, maybe? If this could take Planeswalkers, I would have played it already, but unfortunately it does not. On the plus side, Liliana does contain Elspeth tokens quite well. I think I'm just going to go ahead and make a 4/6 rather than tutor my deck. If they don't deal with it, then it's going to punch Elspeth quite effectively due to the Liliana running interference on the soldiers. If I draw a swamp, then I think I'm in great shape. If I don't, then like if my opponent plays like a Gazelle or something, I did notice that they have the full meld package. So I need to be a little bit careful. Yeah, I can like Necrotal something to death, then Recurring Nightmare to bring back CDC. Monastery Mentor. Well, that's... maybe they're holding Unexpectedly Absent for this? To hit the premise. Alright, so I did not hit a land, but I'm gonna play Necrotal to kill a Mentor. I could try to kill it with Collective Brutality, but it could easily just not work. Ah, getting swords. I'm not a fan. So Mentor down. And I guess Monk down. They can prevent me from ultimating by jumping the soldier at me, unfortunately. But it's not a huge problem. I do need to be careful that all of their permanents do not become indestructible, however. I mean, I can beat that in the long term with zombies, but it is kind of annoying if bad things happen and all their cards are indestructible and I can't, use this to clean up tokens or something. All right. Okay. Oh, Liliana takes a big hit. Now I could minus Liliana to get the Necrotal back. I think it depends on what I draw. Because I kind of just want to start plusing it some more. Oh dear. Well, given that I actually draw a good reanimation target that I can like discard to Collective Brutality, I think what I might want to be doing here is be playing this to look at their hand and kill their creature, then minus Liliana to get back Necrotal. But I'll cast this first to see if it resolves or not. The best case scenario is if I -2, if this resolves. Ooh, Force Spike. So I have to take Mystic Confluence. So they have Force Spike and Bruna. So I guess the best case scenario is now no longer to hit a 3-drop. It's to hit a 2-drop. I did not. I put Mishra's Factory and a Swamp in the graveyard. So I'll just get back Necrotal since I can definitely play it the next turn. And then sack it to Recurring Nightmare. He even gets to tidy up an extra creature if they draw one. Oh, actually, no, I'm lying again. I can't definitely play it through Force Spike since they have, since the Ajani is tapping me down. It looks like they're gonna. It does look like they're gonna go ultimate. I don't think I can beat Force Spike this turn anyway. So I'm just gonna get myself spiked. And actually, I think I can beat them if they make, even if they do make everything indestructible, since I have Shieldred, which does quite well against that. Oh, they drew an Avacyn? What a beating! That's actually, yeah, that's a huge house. And they're making sure that they don't fire it off too early also. What I've been on the receiving end of some nice beatings in this game. Yep, gonna go ahead. So that's not even that good because they're gonna just minus one of their planeswalkers to kill it since it has a mannequin counter. Wait, no, hold on a second. So if I mannequin the Necrotal and then Recurring Nightmare, okay, got it, figured it out. Avacyn. Yeah, I guess that's slightly better. Like I mean, I can make them deal 3 damage to their soldier. Actually, maybe that would have been better. I didn't think about how the abilities stacked there. So maybe, like, if it's their turn... No, because when it goes to their turn, their transform trigger flips. They're the active player, and I'm the non-active player, so then Shieldred would go on the stack on top of that. So they would still get to sacrifice Soldier to Shieldred before Avacyn flipped over and dealt 3 damage to the Soldier. So I really, really, really need them not to have... Yeah, like I need them not to draw Supreme Verdict, basically. I can win through this board state. It's gonna be tough, but I can still win through this board state. I just need them not to destroy all of my creatures, including Shieldred, Whispering one. So what do I need to do in order to win this game? So like Sorin needs to come down next turn, I think, to kill Elspeth. Otherwise, they're gonna have infinite things to sacrifice. So I need to draw Swamp, I think. Necrotal impotently failing to destroy anything. Oh, this is a very bad draw. Actually, yeah, well, so the non-angel clause in this is actually incredibly relevant here, since if it triggered, it would have flipped up, dealing 3 damage to my creatures, and then Ajani could have finished off Shieldred. Oh, I'm glad that one's dead, since the threat of flipping was actually quite high. And, you know, finishing off my Shieldred. So I need my opponent to... Like, most cards other than Supreme Verdict, I think I can sort of manage. I need to really, really stop doing that. Drawing my 6 drops when I have exactly 5 mana. Also, it's like the worst possible. But I guess theoretically, if I get Supreme Verdicted, I'm back in the game. But now the Soren Markov's going to be too late because it's going to like punch Elspeth, but it's not going to kill Elspeth. As I said, it's going to be tough. They could easily have drawn like Mana Tithe or something now to just really pull my pants down, so to speak. Oh, I'm just dead. Does he draw 2 bolts? Grey Merchant. Well, what does that do? Does it do anything? Not convinced. Not convinced it does. It deals him 7. So theoretically, what I could do is I could attack both the creatures at Elspeth. And if they block, then that's fine, nothing happens. But if they try to double block kill Shieldred, then I can finish off Elspeth with Soren Markov and then play Ever After. I'm not sure that's going to work though. I think I need to find some way to... I think I need to keep killing Grey Merchant. I need to find something to go into my graveyard and then keep recurring nightmaring Grey Merchant. Alright, so that's the plan. I'm gonna attack Elspeth, so they sort of need to do something about that. And then when they block, if they block, I'll just recycle, put the Grey Merchant in the graveyard to get it back, and then Grey Merchant comes back next turn. That's the plan. If I draw Sidisi, I think the game becomes a lot easier, i.e. not impossible. But at least we have a plan. And I can like cast Malicious Affliction on my Grey Merchant. And then Recurring Nightmare it some more. I could deal 2 damage to my opponent's face. Yeah, okay. Just need my opponent to just draw all bricks. Right? Like they've already got 2 planeswalkers and like an emblem and indestructible creature. What more can they want? Don't be greedy. Assemble the Legion. Oh. That's even more difficult to beat than Elspeth. Let's say the indestructible part is annoying, but the token thing, ugh. So what do they have? Let's find out. They had Face Fetters and Island. Well, we knew about Face Fetters from ages ago. I guess now I need to start attacking a Janny. So if they block, then I'll do the same thing I did last time. If they don't end step, I'll Malicious Affliction Grey Merchant. I mean, that's something. No, wait, it's non-black creature. Oh, what a disaster. Alright, so I'm on the draw land plan again. Non-black creature. The worst phrase in Magic. This targets, so I can't like upkeep do something to Great Merchant either. So what can I do? What are my options? I guess I need to. I guess I can't actually attack. So it doesn't do anything. Because they can just block and not kill my creatures. Unlike with Necrotal, it only has 1 toughness. So I think I need to plus it on Necrotal. Put my Grey Merchant in the graveyard. I mean, Sormarkov's gonna die. Pretty sure. I mean, because they've obviously got like Elspeth and stuff, so they can jump and do a bunch of damage whenever they feel like it. Yep. I don't think I'm actually dead though, since I can block on the ground. They're just attacking me. Oh, did they draw a burn spell? Oh no, of course not. They have Johnny. Okay, never mind. Not the most efficiently played ever. Obviously, like this Ever After, just atrocious every time I drew it because I kept drawing it when I had, you know, exactly 6 lands plus 1 of them being tapped. So without either of the Planeswalkers, I think we were like doing like against the rest of their deck. I think we're great. But the Ever After just never like it would have worked out if they drew Supreme Verdict instead at some point. But you know, it was a sweet card. It wasn't necessarily meant to be like the best card. So, alright.